Good afternoon, guys. I wanted to come across with a video today, Tuesday, the 18th. We got basically, I'm hearing some news out of MetLife Stadium, home of the New York Football Giants. I wanted to come across with it early morning. Joe Schoen from the Buffalo Bills is in the stadium for the second time. Okay, there's some breaking reports. He's crazy for the Giants position, and the Giants' feelings are much the same about him. Sorry, fix the camera for a moment. So the New York Giants and Joe Schoen are getting very close. And like I thought last week, by the end of this week, Joe Schoen will be the new general manager of the New York Football Giants. A guy that I've been pulling for the most out of all of them because of his young age, the things he's done for Buffalo. He's a scout. They say he's strong with the O-line also. Connected to young kids. He's a young, out-of-the-organization guy who would bring that different direction that we so badly need. All right? I'm happy to bring him in. There are reports that his number one guy for head coach will be Dabo. As we all knew, it's going to come as a team. And you know what? I embrace it. Bring it in, all right? Because we all see what the Buffalo Bills look like. If you could give me anything like that in the next couple of years, the New York Giants will be on their way back to the top. I'm very excited about it. I feel very positive about this. Those are the guys, and you kind of knew the Giants organization and the things they do, and those are the type of guys the Giants bring in. Buffalo's not far from the area. The Bills and Giants are connected by one inside reporter from NFL Network, Kim Jones. She does both teams, and she vouched that those guys would be great guys for the Giants organization to give the Giants the direction back up to the top again. It's time we get back to New York Giants football. We're going to build in the trenches. Don't think guys that are coming in here don't sit down in an interview and already have known what's been going on with the Giants all year. All right? They did their homework. I'm sure they followed throughout the year. It doesn't take a genius to know that the Giants need an offensive line to connect everything. You need a defensive end too. But look, we go through this every time, man. We have weapons. We have players. We have a pretty good defense. For a defense to stay on the field all game long for 6 straight weeks and still shut other teams down for 2.5 to 3 quarters, that tells you something. That's impressive. Imagine you had an offense that could sustain some drives throughout and give your defense some breaks. You get 4 quarters of New York Giants football defense. You go to this draft, you get an O-line. And Joe Schoen is not a moron. He's done his homework. He's watched film. He's seen the Giants games. The Bills are not far from the New York Giants area, both in the state of New York. There's a connection there. And I'm sure at the interviews, he's laid down the groundwork. He's laid down the pavement for what he wants to do in this upcoming offseason. Dabo's a damn good coordinator. And the Bills are flying high. I'm picking them to go to the Super Bowl, but regardless if they do or don't, they're one of the big-time elite teams in football right now, and they're set for years to come. And you've seen them for the last 2 years. I'd love the Giants to get to that stage. And I'll be honest with you, we have players, we have playmakers, we have weapons, we have a defense. Do we have the quarterback? Maybe. We don't know if Daniel Jones could be a real good quarterback because we haven't given him an O-line. We all know Barkley's problems, and again, it stems from the O-line. Go build this O-line. Give Joe Schoen this position. Let him bring in his coach. Let them do something for once without the Giants organization interfering. Give the man the keys. If you're hiring him, you're probably giving him the keys. Let him take the truck and let him stack the back of the truck with what he wants in this draft. He's going to make some cuts. He's going to bring in some other players. They're going to do what they got to do. But if you build an O-line, I've said this before, you have a weapon in Tony that is exact mirror image of Tyreek Hill. He can go down the field fast. He can cut people up. He can catch line of scrimmage passes and turn them into a yak. He can take handoffs out of the backfield. You can put him and Barkley in the backfield together, and they won't know who's getting the fake and who's getting the pitch. And he could throw balls the same way you saw Odell Beckham throw a ball last night and with the Giants a few years ago against Carolina. Tyreek Hill could give you that option throw once in a while. Okay, he's got a 60-yard arm. The guy's an all-around gimmick weapon, and you need new brains in here to do what they got to do with him. The offensive coordinators we had were not set up for this era of football, modern-day football. You're bringing in modern-day guys now. Be excited. Just go take a look at what the Bills' offense is doing. Yes, we don't have a Josh Allen, but Daniel Jones could be something close to it if we get him in O-line and the play action with Barkley. All right? Galladay is a play action wide receiver downfield. We didn't have the quarterbacks to throw the ball downfield, and we never had the offensive line to give us time to look downfield. So Galladay was a non-factor. I think you will see a complete different Galladay under a new regime next year with an O-line. Slayton, I wouldn't give up on Slayton. He could be a good receiver on the other side. It might be time to move on from Shepard, but that'll be up to the new guys, and I'm pretty sure you will see at least one new receiver in here. I told you the defense is good. You bring back Blake Martinez. If you want to work out Peppers a one-year deal or not, that's up to the new regime. I'm fine either way. You try to bring back Blake on a restructure, and you go get a defensive end and a linebacker in this draft somewhere. The rest of the draft, O-line, 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 O-line. And you got Andrew Thomas, a stud. And Nick Gates could get back. That's nice. We're not going to depend on him, but he'll try to work his way back. You, in the first 5 or 6 picks, got to go 3 O-linemen. And you could do whatever you want with the rest. Linebacker, defensive end, it's all good. Or if you could trade one back, but it's not up to me, and I'm not going to dictate things. I'm going to leave it up to the new regime. Because the new regime coming in has proven that we all shut the hell up and give them the keys and back up anything they do. Because when you're at the bottom of the league, you don't get to dictate things. And I think John Mara is done with it. Him, his nephew, whoever it is, I think they're going to step back, hand this guy the keys, and let him do what he's got to do, build a football team. And Mara's going to enjoy every moment of it, because I'm going to tell you why. In the NFC East, where it's weak, and I can almost guarantee Dallas will not come back and have the same success next year. They're going to lose players, and things never go that easy 2 years in a row. And the Eagles don't have a quarterback, and they ain't that far from us. They're still in their rebuilding stages. The Giants get the easy-ass schedule that the Eagles had this year. We get it next year. And the Giants might put together an O-line and feed off of that. And I will not be far-fetched for the New York Giants to turn this around in one offseason, win 9 games next year or 10 and fight for a wild card or even perhaps the division. Because, again, I don't think Dallas is coming back with the same season. I'm excited. I want the Buffalo guys because I see what the Buffalo guys have done and what they're about. They are pure, hard-nosed football. And it's time for the New York Football Giants to come back. So, when we hire these guys, I'm putting the league on notice. Next year, you look at the Giants on your schedule, you better not think that's an automatic W. Because next year, I'm telling everybody out there, the New York Football Giants are going to be the team we thought they were going to be this year back in August. And it always happens that way. It happens the year where everyone laid you to sleep and thinks you're totally done. We won't see the Giants for 2-3 more years. They're going to rebuild with a new regime. No. You're going to see the turnaround in one offseason. And I'm not telling you Super Bowl, but the Giants will contend for the playoffs next year. And they have the schedule to conduce it. They have the schedule to allow it. And when you look at the names and the talent on this team, and we go ahead in O-line, and maybe another defensive end with an emerging Azeez Ojulari, Leo Williams, I still think Dexter's a big piece to this defense, and he ain't going nowhere. The New York Giants are coming. Watson is an exciting thing. Watson would be nice, but we never really thought it was realistic. I think the Buffalo Bill guys are coming. And they're going to put together a football team. And it's going to be quicker than a lot of people think. I believe it. I'm not just talking it. I'm telling you. This can be turned around quick. Give me the Buffalo, guys. And let's get back to New York Giants football. And it starts in the trenches. This is the Miz and the Midday.